Okay, so welcome. Today we're going to do a presentation about Global Sense Solutions. With me today, I have Phil Forshore, our lead developer out of our UK office.
Hello there.
I am Tom Lilly. I'm based in Kansas City in the US. And we've got our esteemed partner, Kevin Hayes with Priolis out of our, you're in Sydney, correct, Kevin?
Yeah. Hi there, guys.
So today what we'd like to do is cover off who we are, what we do, and how we can help. So as you can see, we are a software company. We do products and services for OpenText Content Suite, Extended ECM, what was previously called LiveLink. And our goal really is to help you eliminate any manual tasks, menial tasks, and things that are quite repetitive, making your organization as efficient as possible and allowing your staff to focus on other higher value tasks. So on the line, as I mentioned, we've got our partners, Priolis, out of Australia. They're also former OpenText staff. Kevin Hayes is a director there. And they've been using our tools to help customers for the last, what has it been, 3-4 years now?
Something like 3 to 4 years. Yep, 3 to 4 years, Tom.
Yeah. So today what we're going to cover off is our control change management product, our document automation product, and our controlled document lifecycle product. The controlled change management is really to help copy changes, whether it's an application, live reports, web reports, workspaces, etc., from one environment to the next. The tool can also be used for consolidations as well as migrations. And then we'll go into our document automation tool, which is really beneficial for customers that are looking to create documents using existing documents or fragments or other pieces of metadata, inserting them into documents, gathering multiple documents together, potentially converting them to another file format like PDF, for example. This can be quite useful for contracts, for customer manuals, for presentations. All types of essential documentation can be created with the tools that we provide. And then lastly, we're going to talk about our solution called Controlled Document Lifecycle, which is really an example of bringing multiple of our products together to offer a solution accelerator to help customers get a controlled document lifecycle solution implemented quickly, yet very flexible and effective in solving those types of problems. So without further ado, and feel free if anybody on the line has a question or would like to jump in, please feel free to do so. So Phil, I don't know, would you like to cover this slide?
I could, yes. As Tom's already said, we sit on Content Suite and the ECM platform. So we integrate with Content Server, previously LiveLink, and we have a layer, if you will, of products. We integrate with Content Server Workflow, the live report system, and we use those tools to build our solutions, such as CDL, as Tom mentioned earlier. And also customers can use those tools to build their own applications. The important thing to understand is we try where we can to leave Content Server core as is, and we extend the features. So a lot of applications that you may wish to build, those projects can utilize Content Server and they can utilize GCI PowerTools.
Thanks, Phil. So the first one of our products, controlled controlled change management, also known as PowerTools for deployments, is a classic example of how we can help you automate your activities. So what this product does is help you move information from one environment to the next. So whether it's documents, whether it's workflows, it could be forms or form templates, live reports, web reports, etc. You can move all that kind of information from one environment to the next. You also can move module settings from one environment to the next. So for example, records management or engineering documents, ECM, extended ECM for SAP, for example, you can move that information from one environment to the other. So whether you're going from a sandbox to a dev, to a test, to a production environment, in a classic way of doing this, it takes days or weeks for that to happen. We have an energy customer that was doing an engineering documents deployment, and it took them 14 days without our tool to go from one environment to the next. With our tool, they managed to do it in 37 minutes. So if you think about that, you're like, well, that sounds fantastic, but what are you going to do about it? Like, what's the important part? When you think about this, you get multiple benefits by having the ability to deploy quicker, especially in an automated format. So the low-hanging fruit, of course, is it's a repeatable process. It's being done through automation, so you can eliminate human errors. And it's repeatable, so you can take the same export and import it in dev, in test, and production. So you know exactly what you're getting. So you can use it as a source code control system, if you will. But it also allows you to increase your cycle times. So if it takes you 14 days to implement a change, you're not going to do those changes very frequently because of the amount of time and effort to get a change from your dev to your test to your production system. However, if it only takes 37 minutes, well, then you take on the ability to increase those cycle times. So if somebody identifies there's an issue with a report, or you need a new workflow, or a new business workspace needs to be sent out across the different systems, clearly you have an opportunity to do that, where if it was taking weeks, you wouldn't do that nearly as frequently. We handle all 239 different object types, and this slide is meant to be an eye chart. You will get a copy of the slides so you can go through them. But every one of the OpenText object types, whether it's documents, metadata, workflow maps, business workspaces, etc., every one of them we're able to move from one environment to the other. We have extended the base XML platform with Content Suite, and we've made it so that you can move every one of the different object types from one environment to the next. You can also move, as I mentioned, module settings. So whether it's records management, engineering documents, SAP, all of that information can be moved from one environment to the other. Again, this is quite useful. I know we've got some customers down in Australia who have been using this product for the engineering documents, and it's been a huge time saver for them. What was taking over 15 days is now under 1 day to move all of their module settings and configurations that they've done for engineering documents. And the next thing that's great about this product is it works anywhere on any version, and it doesn't matter what the database backend is. So whether you're using LiveLink, we actually run this on LiveLink 9.7.1 through Content Server, whether it's 10, 10.5, 16, all the way to the latest incarnation of V22, as they've rebranded now to Extended ECM. So you can take information from older versions like 9.7.1 and import it directly into newer versions like 22.2. The backend database does not matter. We do everything through XML scripting so that the database is not one of the dependencies. You can take information from an Oracle environment and input it into a SQL or into Postgres. And lastly, the tool works just as well whether you're on-premise or in the cloud. And we are OpenText Cloud certified. Phil, any comments that you'd like to make on PowerTools for deployments?
Yes, I think the main part of the product that actually makes it so simple is not only does it shift data between systems, what it also does is once that data has been moved across, and for example, a workflow could be moved across, the post-processing means that it identifies all the new, for example, form templates, live reports, and then updates that workflow. So it always points to the data on the new system, not the data on the old system. This was always a stumbling block and is a common stumbling block when moving data between systems. So that, for me, is the key to this product, making it so much easier.
Yeah, we call that referential integrity, and it's unique to our product. We do a post-processing event. So after the objects have been imported, we go through and realign. So if you've got constants in your web reports, for example, we will take whatever the old constant was, find whatever the new object ID is in the new system, and update that information. It also will create SQL tables in the background. If you've got forms that are stored in SQL, we'll make those. All kinds of flexibility when it comes to features and functions around this product. Anything else? Anybody? Okay. So next up is document automation. The document automation tool really is helpful for taking a variety of documents, and we can handle over 200 different file formats. So whether it's Office, PDFs, CAD files, etc. Take those files, you can apply formatting and styling, you can configure them, change the order, the structure, how you'd like them to display, and then you can go through a publishing process. So assembling those, rendering them to a different file format like PDF, you can send it through a review process and even sign them. You also have the ability to create documents automatically. You can insert metadata in the background. You can see metadata tags. You even have the ability to insert documents as part of this tagging system. So you can, for example, take pictures and insert those pictures into your documents. You can take fragments and have those approved on their own. So if you have standard language, like in legal contracts or even in customer manuals that need to stay consistent, that information can be pulled from other environments and brought into the documents. You have the ability to create books. We consider books to be a collection of other documents. So in the background, you can see the product, and the product shows different documents, and you can create folders and subfolders underneath the documents. So you can have like sections of a book and subsections of a book. And then whenever you generate the actual book itself, it will auto-generate a table of contents. You can apply headers and footers, add watermarks, bookmarks, etc. And if your sub-documents have their own bookmarks and their own table of contents, you can use that as well. So the system is extremely flexible with its ability to generate the documents. We even have the ability to merge documents that have been edited. So in the background, we're showing a list of documents that had been sent to a variety of our staff and asked for them to edit them. And then we use our product to then merge those track changes into a single document. And if anybody has ever had to take a document that has been sent around for edits and try to reconcile all those changes, it can be quite cumbersome. With our tool, even if the editor didn't have track changes turned on, we will auto turn on track changes, and it will merge all of those changes into a single document, allowing a author or editor to go through and accept or reject whatever changes they would like. You also get the feature where it shows the name of the individual author. So in our case, it was reviewer 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it will change different colors to help aid with the process. Phil, anything else you'd like to add here?
Only how flexible the product is. I mean, you build what we call document builders, which are very simple to configure. And you can, for example, pull data from a live report and put that into a document if that's your requirement. We have lots of features such as that that are very easy to configure. When you integrate with things like workflow, the whole thing is automated and in the background, so you end up with the document you expect.
Thanks for that. Okay, so the next solution, what we want to talk about is our solution called Controlled Document Lifecycle. This, as I mentioned, is a solution accelerator and includes many of our products. So the two that we've talked about so far, so PowerTools for deployments, for making it easier to apply your changes across your different environments. The next one is PowerTools for documents, the document automation that we just talked about. And then we add our workflow product, which adds about 300 additional features and functions on top of standard workflow. We also add our PowerTools for reports and views, which allows you to tailor the user experience, allows you to create reports based on standards like SQL, not the tagging language like web reports. It allows you to make data available for workflow, and many other products are included as well. Let me show you a little bit about what we can do here. The standard solution comes with a set of workflows, one to create a new document, one to revise existing, one to do a periodic review, so every year or 6 months or 2 years, and then one to retire documents that are obsolete. As I mentioned, this will get you about 80% of the way in a controlled document lifecycle solution, and it can then just be tailored to meet the other 20%. There's no coding that's needed here. It's all configuration. That's the other difference about our products. They're all select, configure, and move on to the next step. So these are some examples of different user interfaces whenever you're entering information about a document. So what the title is, you want it to be, the due date, document owners. There's 2 or 3 different styles that you can use that we make available for your preference. The workflow is very flexible. You can either do an ad hoc reviewing. So once it's been initiated, the document owner gets assigned, and the document owner has the ability to pick as many authors, as many reviewers, as many approvers as they need to approve a particular document. Because it's ad hoc, the document owner has the ability to get comments back from the author, send it to the reviewer, send it back to the author, change who the authors are. You can use groups instead of individual users. There's a whole lot of different flexibility built into the default workflows that come with the solution. And of course, you can pick a set of approvers, or you can have it go to an approver group. We even have what's called mixed decision, which means you can set it up so that some people can approve and some people can reject. And depending on what your requirements are, if you've got like a majority, you can go ahead and continue the document for approval, or if one person rejects, then it's considered rejected, and then it goes back to a review state. So there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to the disposition of the ad hoc workflows. We also have an ability to set up a predefined path. So based on a certain criteria, we will go to what's called a table of authorities. And in that table, it will predefine where you want these documents to go. So some organizations, based on the type of document, maybe it's an SOP or a work instruction or a policy, have different authors, reviewers, and approvers predefined, and you want every one of the workflows to follow that predefined path. Our tool allows you to pick whichever is the way you'd like to go, whether a predefined path or an ad hoc approach. Once you've gone through the review and approval cycle, you can actually add signing to this and signed approval watermarks, and you can have it go to predefined locations in your system. In this example, what we've done is we've done a graphical signature, and we've applied a watermark to the document, and then it gets published in a specific location inside of Content Server. In our example, it created a folder called Standard Operating Procedures. You can do a variety of different reporting, so you can identify which reports, which documents have been approved, when their next review cycle are. The nice thing about our reporting tool is each one of the columns, you can filter information, as well as you can sort it, you can remove different ones. The reports are completely configurable. You can see the ones that are in process. You can set up a perspective like this, so you can have a dashboard approach to see how many documents you have to be assigned, what stages things are in, where the documents are located, etc. This is a list of all of our products. So we talked a little bit about the workflow, PowerTools for deployments, documents, reports and views. We have a viewer, which like the Federal Courts of Australia use. We extend the electronic signature. So like Japan Blood uses that, Cochlear uses that. We've got tools for archiving, for moving information, dashboards, etc. Phil, you want to jump in on any of these?
Well, I was just going to add on the CDL product you were just covering. I just wanted to add that although we have pre-configured look and feels, UIs, you can convert them to however you require. So, for example, if you have a standard look and feel on your intranet, that can be implemented on the views pretty easily. You're not restricted to just what we supply.
Thanks for that. Okay, so again, we've been in business for over 17 years. We're all former OpenText staff. We're a platinum partner with OpenText. Yeah, you can read the rest of the slides there. This is my contact information. Again, you'll get a copy of these slides, and I think a recording will be made available. Please reach out to us if you have any questions, or if you're interested in getting a demo. We're open for questions now, if anyone has any, and brave enough souls to ask them. All right. So we went through the usability, we went through functionality, we went through change control. Those are just some examples of why ECM systems would fail. Other examples of failure could be based on performance or reliability. We're going to continue this why ECM systems fail by doing some partner sessions. Reveille, for example, has a solution that monitors your system and allows you to keep track of those types of issues, whether it's a reliability or a performance system issue. So in closing about us, we've been a partner with OpenText since the beginning, so over 15 years now. We are a Platinum SolEx partner, and most of us have been working in this in the OpenText space for 25 years now, so we've got a lot of experience. Here's information about myself. Feel free to email me or call me if you'd like additional information. Happy to help. Okay. Well, we'll stay on for a few more minutes. I do appreciate all of your time today, and we'll again make the presentation available shortly. And have a great rest of the day. You can stop the recording if you'd like, Jeff.